fired.
Who get yourself
No,
fired?
we won't. Mel, are you still reading Blue Lock?
I am. I just read 299 the other day.
Okay. Yeah,
And
don't. Corey has not read it. Corey doesn't
okay,
read it.
I
It's
just want to
okay.
say that
Jenny,
the
I watch your
situation that we're
stream, so
in,
you can talk about it freely.
the
It's gonna be
situation
live,
that
so
we're
give
in
people a
is
spoiler warning before you.
okay. I'm gonna try to be like spoiler free. The situation that we're in, you reap what you sow. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that you
No,
reap
no,
what
no.
you sow, and they foreshadowed it heavily, and
Yes.
people are very upset about it. And I'm like, but like he kind of screwed himself.
Yeah. But also, like, do you really think like he's gonna be gone forever?
Probably not. I don't think that they would make a spinoff and then just,
It-
you know,
Man just got his own movie last year.
that's
Guys,
true.
like, read between the lines.
Did anybody see that? It's like I didn't hear anybody talk about it.
I told everybody to not go see that, so I
Jeez.
hope
I didn't
not.
like it. I watched it on Crunchyroll.
Whoa.
You
No,
did?
no, because it was just a bunch of repeat scenes from season 1 with
Yeah.
some exceptions, like the beginning.
Oh.
And I'm just like, all from his point of view. So I'm like,
It's a cash
this
grab.
feels like a waste of time. And the worst part is that the studio wasted their time animating it, not giving them enough time to put in all of their dedicated time into season 2. And that's what
100%.
made season 2 like much more bitter.
I agree. Except for that last scene, which was fire.
I still have fun as an anime only.
I'm happy for you. But
listen, man, I can enjoy this story, man. I don't need everything to be like pew pew pew. I'm just like, yo, this whatever's they cooking right now, whatever story was.
It just
spoiler
hurts.
free. For me, Mel, when it comes to that person situation, being like right there, almost getting in, I just don't, and this isn't spoilers or anything, I just don't see a world where Rin, Asagi, and Shido all play on the same team.
Yeah.
Not to mention Baro.
Yeah.
It's just like how. So I'm just thinking that one of them is going to go to another team.
I mean,
and then
it's for U20, right? It's 23 23 players. Obviously, there's only 11 players allowed on the team on the actual field, so the rest are reserves. So they're gonna have to strategically, place players in certain like halves.
I'm loving seeing people's like lineups like on the internet, like, oh, this person's gonna go in this position and that and that.
Actually, that's pretty fun. You should do that on the next live.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the U40 club.
The U40 club, bro. Come on, at least do a 35. Give us cut us some slack. U35.
Well, I'm trying to let this like run for a while, so I'm trying to leave a gap between the time I reach the
I don't know how
age.
soon I do it, so make sure I still qualify.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. What's going on, everybody? Came through in the middle of us yapping about Blue Lock. Joe, was good to see you in the chat. Rhea Sat, what's going on? It's Motions. We see you. How we doing, guys? How we feeling? How was your weekend, Mel?
It's good. I mean, it was Easter weekend as well, so kind of family heavy, but it was good. And it was warm outside. Oh my God. Are we finally getting spring?
Yeah, I think so, except it's freezing.
We
today.
almost did. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Listen, April's always whack, bro. People always forget April showers made flowers. We always act surprised. We're like, why is it like this?
I mean, we might get one more snow and then
Whoa,
we'll be done.
I don't know about that. If we get snow, possible. Yeah, I guess
anything is possible. Listen, we had an earthquake this time around last year.
That's true.
Was it already a year?
Yeah, it's been a year.
Oh my days, that's crazy.
Oh my days.
Oh my God.
Man, I remember that when that happened, that me and my coworkers we were just in the office. We were like, that's not the subway, so I guess this is it.
Yo, dude.
I didn't feel anything. I'm not going to lie. I didn't feel anything.
Nah, I was in the crib and like, I thought maybe that was the train, but I was like, this don't feel the same way.
Yeah,
a train vibration felt like. I felt like
you could
I
tell
was
the
moving.
difference.
I was moving a little bit. Like it was crazy.
I kind of wanted to experience it a little bit. I knew it was happening because I saw my plants shaking, and I'm like, why are my plants shaking?
Not my babies,
my Shaylas.
But like, I didn't actually feel a single thing. I was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, what's going on? Why are my plants
shaking? That's a good couch.
Solid couch.
That's a solid.
Good
that's
money.
Firm.
Wealth. Wealth. But Mel, what you watching this season? I feel like you're better than most of us when it comes to being very eclectic with your taste, like in regards to
Uh,
just trying out a lot of things.
I do try out a lot of things. I don't know if it's eclectic. Let's not say that, but it's just like a lot that I try to get in. So we were talking a bit earlier before this probably went live. Cool on generic romance. I'm actually trying to also read the manga for that too, but I can't do it all at once. So we're watching that. We're watching Two Big Hero X, which is a Chinese animation.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
one, I like how they play with the 2D, 3D animation. Like at
Mm.
first, it threw me off a little bit, but now as like we're on episode 3 now, I'm like really getting used to it. Unfortunately, I'm also watching the beginning after the end, which people are like ripping apart
I
online.
keep seeing that. Yeah.
Why,
Yeah.
unfortunately?
I mean, I like the webcomic. It's very, very good.
Mm.
And the animation is just like very like Blue Lock 2.0, like Blue Lock season 2 with
Damn,
the
that bad?
Oof.
yeah, it's kind of to that extent. So a lot of people are really upset about it. It's got like a 5.6 on my anime list. People are upset.
Brother.
People are upset. And the author and creator had to come out and be like, I hear you guys. You guys are very loud about it, and wrote like a whole like essay as to like what happened, what's going on, whatever the case may be.
So what was it? No
Um
budget?
No, so the creator picked ACAD Studio because the director associated with that studio is a big fan of the novels and the webcomic.
Mm.
And because of that, he kind of went in that direction. Also, it's a much smaller studio where he could actually be involved in almost every decision making of the process. So I think, like, from his standpoint, like if you go with a really big studio, you may not have as much say. Also, timeline wise, you don't know how much they can really adapt. They might shelf your anime. Versus if you go to smaller studio, there's a lot more liberations you can have, especially as a creator. But I think with that, there comes sacrifices.
The sacrifice is the whole adaptation.
Basically,
Is that what they say in this Tabate thing that I keep seeing all over the place? That's what that is?
T-bait. Yeah,
T-bait.
T-bait. That's
Okay.
the beginning
I
after the
keep
end.
seeing like that acronym, and I'm like, what's this Tabate
Yeah.
thing everybody keep talking about?
Exactly. So there's that. But I'm trying to watch it just to like keep along for the ride because it's getting 24 episodes.
24? 20
it's
episodes,
getting-
24 episodes of mediocrity?
Yeah.
Don't even do it.
Sounds
at
like a
that
great
point.
time.
That's the hard part. That's the hard part. So yeah, but Kulon is definitely my favorite.
Okay.
Superhero X is really fun. Obviously, I'm watching Vigilantes since
I
I
have
like
not
My Hero
started yet.
Academia. Really?
I didn't read it, and I'm not gonna.
I'm a
I mean,
wait
I
till
haven't
there's a
read
couple
it
more
either, but I
episodes.
watched the anime.
Yeah, I didn't.
You guys are
read.
gonna wait?
No, I just don't have it in me. I just can't. I know a lot of people really like it. I hear the story's good, and I know a lot of people really like it because you get to see Eraserhead at the beginning of his career. You get to see Endeavor, and like a lot of the people who are like really popular in the My Hero Academia series. And
Yeah.
I don't care for those characters like that to
I mean,
like get into
He
Vigilantes.
said we don't
I
care.
can understand.
I just don't
But
think
like
there's
I
really
always saw
anything in the
him in
story
the
for me.
I feel like for me, I'm enjoying the fact that all the characters are much older that we're focusing on. And the story got started very quickly in comparison to My Hero Academia, where that buildup, that first season 1 buildup, is the reason why most people end up dropping My Hero Academia. They're like, the build is too slow. When are we getting to like
The mean potatoes.
material? Yes,
Yeah.
when are we getting to the material? Whereas like you kind of get introduced to the main character motivation, and they kind of just get started right away in episode 1.
Wow, I kind of felt like My Hero came out the gate swinging because when it came out the first season, I didn't know anything. I'm not a manga reader like you guys, so I'm not usually hip to like how things are gonna like turn out or like some of the things I should look out for. Usually Danny has been letting me know, like at this point, like, yo, Ichi the Witch, or I ain't gonna read it, but I know it exists. You know what I mean? So like I didn't know My Hero's coming out. So when that first like episode 2 came out, and it was like a short season, it was only like 12 episodes.
Yeah, that was the shortest, I
It
think.
was like 12, 13 episodes. I was like immediately like, I was like, this is gas. And then
Okay.
by the time season 2, but then I also have like a high tolerance for mediocrity when it comes to anime. I do like
mediocrity in terms of animation.
Mediocrity
or
in the
story?
sense of like, as long as the story is good, I don't I don't need the Naruto fans. You know what I mean? All that
Yeah.
filler. Getting into One Piece later, like being Dragon Ball. Like I've seen how crazy things can get, and My Hero seemed fairly decently paced at that time to me. And then I think it was coming out at the
Okay.
same time as One Punch Man. So like
Yeah.
it was like I was like, this is hero stuff. Like one was giving me super high paced stuff all the time, which is One Punch Man. The other one kind of balanced it out, giving me more like slower moments. At least that's how my
Okay.
memory processes it. From like what 2015,
Yeah, it was around that
2016,
time.
something like that.
2016. There we go. It was 2016.
I mean, I can understand that because now all we have is animation and stories that are like just so fast paced. You're like, did that really just happen in one episode?
The leveling of Solo.
What were your
I mean,
thoughts on
that one they also animated very quickly too. I think in season 2, like season 1, they were animating like 3 chapters an episode. Season 2, they were animating roughly 5 to 6 chapters an episode. So they made a huge jump.
5 to 6? That's just so disrespectful. I feel like
He said that's so disrespectful.
Is the story like that bad that you need to cut out that much? Because like at that point, just don't do it.
They don't want to
Especially
see
like
the
you're
kawaii
telling me,
moments, bro. They don't want to see the shadows be cute.
you're
They
telling
don't
me
wanna-
like the beginning after the end, like the first episode was what? You said like 8 chapters?
No,
So, like-
that was Kulan's
Oh,
generic
Kulan.
romance. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's even
TBA
tragic too for them.
TBA is doing a decent job at pacing, I think. I haven't checked like the chapter to like episode ratio, but it feels like, I'm not breaking my neck sideways to watch an episode.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm finally caught up on Apothecary Diaries. Started it.
Oh, you're caught
started
up?
it. Yeah, started it. Was it like maybe
Damn.
2 weeks ago? 2.5
Whoa.
weeks ago?
I'm
Season
5
one?
episodes in now.
Okay.
What do you think so far, Danny?
I'm loving it so far. Mao Mao is such an
Told you,
entertaining
Mao Mao's a
character.
goat,
It's so
bro.
good.
Yo,
That's
she's
why when we
great.
was talking about best main character for the Crunchyroll Awards, I was like, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna still give it to
Mao.
Momo. No, Momo. I'm still giving it to Momo from Don to Don. 100%.
I forgot who I even picked. I'm gonna be honest. I felt
I
like it
didn't
was
even vote.
I didn't
diabolical
vote.
that they put Okarun and Momon against each other. I said, this is just
That's
wrong.
petty.
You
It's
gotta
definitely
pick
not
one.
Okarun.
I mean, I guess so. Like in season 1, yes.
Even
No,
on
I'm
his
gonna
best
say
day.
in season 1, yes. As the manga goes on, my
Fair.
opinion shifted.
100% fair. Okay.
Yeah.
But Mao Mao is a great main character, and then that other guy, the purple
Jinshi?
haired guy,
Jinshi,
their
yeah,
dynamic is
hilarious.
it's so funny. Like I'm not seeing any like romance aspects, like you kind of hinted at, Corey.
Okay.
But like just like the dynamic that they have right now, where he creeps her out, and he loves the negativity that she gives him.
That's the romance aspect, bro.
I mean,
eating
it up.
That literally is it.
That's
That
the
is
romance aspect, bro.
Yeah.
Like he simps for her, and she's like, "Nah, just
Ugh.
give me my rare herbs and medicine."
Danny's over here like it's not romance, it's not reciprocated. I was like, no, this is the romance part. This is the part where she don't want him. I don't know
It's
I don't know if she's
the
gonna want him.
one-sided love that lasts forever, like in high school romances.
Danny's not a
Kinda
shoujo
like
boy, so
that.
he's over here like I just got to the party.
Well, that I wouldn't say that he loves her. Well, I'm 5 episodes in. I don't know. Everything's still like new, but it's honestly really good so far.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait, Corey, that means you've seen the frog incident if you're caught up.
The frog incident. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So
I had
I'm
to
not
process.
a
I had to
reader.
process for a minute. I was like, a frog, and I was like, oh yes.
Yeah. I'm not a reader, but the very first thing that everyone was saying as soon as season 2 like started was like, we're getting the frog incident. And I'm like, what the hell is the frog incident?
My boy Jinshi ain't no, Jinshi.
say
Yeah.
Um,
It's a really good series. Like I've been enjoying a lot of the newer series that have been coming out, or at least getting animated lately.
Yeah.
In terms of like female lead perspectives, like Free Ren.
Yeah, that's what's
Mao
really
Mao,
refreshing
Momo,
about like watching
yeah.
Apothecary that I liked. I'm like seeing it from her perspective of what they can do with the character. Like Mao Mao, like sometimes you can't really get that off of like a lot of the male characters in anime. The same type of personality traits, like when she like turns into like a little cat and stuff like that. Like it's
Cute.
so cute.
did you see that we started Sailor Moon?
I did. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you.
We're 20
I'm
episodes
so
in.
excited for you. Honestly, obviously you're watching like the classic OG, like
Yes.
90s one. Because
Yes.
obviously there's also Crystal. Crystal is more faithful to the manga.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know the
Oh, it
character
is?
designs are rough. The character designs are rough because they look like this, okay, compared to like
Yeah,
they have normal
we seen
body
the art and
types.
we was like, they look scary.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And we like
season
the
one is
90s
rough.
charm. We
The
like the
90s charm
90s
is
charm.
really nice.
So you're
But
saying
the
Crystal
personalities,
follows the manga closer?
yeah, the Crystal is like a more accurate adaptation to the manga. Like it's not
Oh.
as humorous as the classic, like the
Oh.
90s one. And the relationship between Rei and Usagi is also different because they kind of like made them like rivalish in the 90s one, but
Yeah,
in
which I
reality
love.
they're not.
Which
Yeah,
I
I used to
love.
love that too. I
Oh,
love
they're
that too.
not?
Well, they're
No.
besties in the manga.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, so they're all just besties? I kind of
Wow.
like the like
I
fire
don't
and ice
Dynamic.
like
dynamic.
that. I don't like that. They be
So
roasting
Ray
Usagi.
is our favorite character so far.
I
Better than
understand.
Cheetah.
Yo,
Ray
Ray,
and Makoto, Sailor Jupiter,
We
they
didn't.
We
were
We
like
don't
don't know.
my
We don't know who
faves
that is
growing up.
yet.
no
We,
spoilers.
we're on
Crap!
episode. We're on
Oh,
We only have
episode.
3 Sailor
We only
Scouts.
we just finished episode
oh,
20.
so Mercury, Mars, and
Look, she's
Moon.
so disappointed.
Sailor
She's
Moon.
about to cook. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
That
Slow
hurts
down,
my
Jamal.
soul.
Slow down.
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently episode 24, 25 is really where things get spicy. So our next live stream in 2 weeks, we're looking
Okay.
forward to it.
I mean, you start to acquire Sailor Scouts a little bit fast once the other Sailor Scouts after these 3 get introduced. Obviously, the best thing about Sailor Moon as I got older was the joke that Tuxedo Mask is essentially just useless.
Yo, he's a fraud.
Absolutely,
Oh my
100%.
god.
I hate it every time that man's on scene.
Yo,
Hey,
I
Sailor
hate
Moon.
even-
With the rose, yes, so useless.
You got it from here, right? You got the kill shot?
Bro.
All right, power the moon and all that.
Tuxedo fraud, bro. Get him out of here.
Not to mention the fraud aspect, but like we really had to look up like how old is this man? How old is this
Yeah,
man?
we
and
was-
why
we-
is he going
college.
out?
We
why is he
had to
going out
make
with his
sure the
college.
FBI open up. Apparently, he
But
got
he's in
skipped.
college though. It's weird.
He got skipped. Apparently,
No. It's weird. No.
no.
It's weird.
Even Usagi calls it out in one episode. It had Corey and I dying where he's like Ray's like talking to him and Momoru and she's with him and Usagi's like they taught us about guys like this in school. It's in the handbook. Like
Yeah.
he's too old.
Handbook.
Creeper
Yeah.
status.
Yeah.
FBI
I mean,
open up.
he has his own place.
Yeah,
I,
but
I didn't even know he had his own crib.
I don't know that either.
Damn, I'm sorry.
We just got like
she just goes. She's like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't talk about Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
Maybe-
we shouldn't anymore.
I know this is the Moon Piece podcast. So let's talk about the piece instead of the moon.
True,
Yes.
true.
So if you are here with us in the chat, joining us for this stream, we are talking about none other than One Piece today. Finally, it's been like what 20 minutes we've been yapping. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Has it?
It's Mel. Mel's a yapper, guys. She enables us.
Don't
I'm
blame her.
sorry.
She enables us. But we'll be doing chapters 1146 of One Piece titled Motion in Stillness. So as always, if you want to follow along, check us out on the Viz website, Shonen Jump official translation. We'll be reading from there, giving our thoughts, etc., etc., etc. Make sure you guys, before we get started, subscribe to the Moon Piece podcast if you have not already. Leave a like. Make sure you guys subscribe to Animel's channel that you can see connected to the title here on the YouTube's, the ads, how they work. It just goes straight to the channel, guys. You can see it in the description. Make sure you follow her on YouTube and all her socials as well. Also, we have channel memberships. They are $1.99. If you want to help support the channel in any way, you get special access to our emojis to use during the chat. As you can see, Shade is throwing me looking freaked out in the chat. You also get special badges. Shade also has a special Kimmy badge because he is in his 3rd month of being a member. And you also get early access to our official episodes that come out every other Tuesday. We just put out Danny playing Mario Party for the first time.
Yeah, never played that before.
Really?
Don't ask me how. It's just
Oh man. I mean,
never.
I'm gonna side pocket the Nintendo talk for another time.
I just played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh growing up.
Ah,
That's his answer.
okay.
I didn't play
That's-
games like that. I played real man games like you.
I
mean-
Childish games.
The GameCube is the manliest it gets.
Is it?
I feel like it.
I don't know. I can't say honestly, guys. I didn't want to say this.
I never
before on
had
the
a
actual-
GameCube, so
I never had a GameCube either. Sorry.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you both grew up on Nintendo then.
No.
Well, I mean, Game
Danny's
Boys.
funny.
Game Boys for sure.
So I had a Game
Okay,
Boy
okay,
Color.
okay.
I had a Nintendo. Then I got a Nintendo 64 first.
Okay,
Then
okay.
I got a PS1, Game Boy
Oh, that's
Advance,
fair.
Game Boy Advance SP,
Mhm.
and then I got my mother got me when the GameCube and Xbox and PlayStation 2 era came out, my mother got me the OG Xbox first.
Oh.
And I didn't even know what that was. Like, I didn't know what an Xbox was.
Right, that's when that Xbox started to try and weave their way into
Microsoft
gaming.
was like, let's just drop a new system. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my mom's got me that. And I was like, what the fuck is an Xbox? I was like, it's not a cube and it's not a station. What is this? So I had to rock out for like the first year with the big boy controller, the chunky Xbox controller. I ain't had no games besides like Fusion Frenzy and Dead or Alive, like 2 or 3, I think.
Dead or Alive.
Then the following year, I got a PS2.
Great, that's wonderful.
I got a PS3, a Wii, PS4, Switch,
Damn, we just skipped
PS5.
the GameCube then because you went from 64 to Wii.
You had a lot more than me.
Because I had the Xbox and the
have a Wii.
PS2. It was no way I was getting a GameCube too.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think the
understand
PS2
that.
was the better decision.
I
Obviously,
couldn't get that many video games.
I can understand that.
I don't know. I asked for too many Yu-Gi-Oh cards instead of video games. So, and then at one point, I just had to start stealing Yu-Gi-Oh cards from like Toys R Us and shit.
Yo,
guys, the addiction started
hunter?
early.
What are you, Team
The
Rocket?
addiction, guys. You do what you
Prepare
gotta
for
do.
trouble and make it double over here.
Yeah, Toys R Us isn't a
Wow.
small business. Okay, sure, I might have pushed them to bankruptcy, but you know what? There are worse things in the world.
Someone in the chat just said that they said, Mel, if you finished Orb, I want you to preach it to our crew on the
on the
Moonpiece
list.
podcast. It's on the list. You have to watch it.
I've heard really good things about it.
It's officially
is it an acronym or
in
is
my
it-
top 10
oh,
anime.
That the name.
It's not an acronym. It's like centrifugal.
Yeah, so the full
Orb.
name is called Orb on the Movements to the Earth. It's about a time based on real events, but still fictional history, kind of like Vinland Saga, where it's during like the 15th century where people didn't believe that the Earth revolved around the sun yet. They thought that the Earth was the center of the galaxy or the universe, and the sun actually revolved around the Earth instead. And so it's like ideologies conflicting with the church and how the church believed that if God made Earth and the heavens that they live in, then they should be the center of the universe. But then you have all of these people trying to be like, well, that can't be it based on the movement of the stars and the movement of the other planets. So it's very short. It's 25 episodes, the complete story.
Oh,
I'm gonna
sounds
watch
super easy, barely an inconvenience. Is it on Crunchyroll?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix, okay.
Yeah.
Orb. All right.
But
Something
it's
that's
extremely
like-
dramatic.
Something that's like very. I love stories where it's like science versus religion. And I understand that like that's like a really big part of it because these people are trying to prove it without like the church finding out, because if they do,
Yes.
so I like that aspect. I like the clash of ideologies because I understand that there are characters that like believe in different things, and it's like how they talk about what they believe in, and it's all just like I don't know. It's very accepting from what I hear.
Yeah.
And I'm just really excited to get into it. I just wanted to like watch a little Apothecary Diaries so
That's
that
fair.
Corey and I could talk about it. But I also just finished Devilman Cry. So now
Devil May Cry. Keep saying Devil Man.
I keep saying Devilman because it's only 8 episodes. I just want to like knock it out.
Yeah.
So 100% on that list.
Yeah, I will say that it feels like a good way of tackling philosophy. Because personally I hate philosophy. I've always hated it. But the way that they approach it is very like digestible. And I feel like at essence, it really is about humanity at its core.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
I'm ready for it.
Okay. Well, the second tangent is now done. We are now finally in the 25th. We are now officially the 25th minute mark, and not a single ounce of One Piece has been talking about.
Yo.
So Danny, start us off with the cover
Let's
story and the
okay,
first two
guys.
pages. Danny, you want to go after? Mel, you want to go after Danny, and then
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
go last.
All right, guys. Let's get into the chapter again, titled "Motion in Stillness." I'm just going to skip to the title. I'll never forget the debt I owe you. I'll be your follower for life, as we see Ulti jumping into the arms of Yamato as she swears her fealty as a scabbard, as what Corey guessed like 20 chapters ago.
We've been waiting for like Jesus.
And I guess page 1 is just going to be like, all right, yeah,
I
fuck
guess.
it.
Follow
Let's do
along.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball.
I don't think he
let's
really
go.
has. I don't really think he has much
Where
of a
Ulti
choice.
goes, he goes.
Yeah. But I like it. I like that, Ulti. I always liked Ulti's character. Page 1 was also like, there. So it's kind of nice to see that they didn't just like die off and like Oda didn't forget about such entertaining characters. So
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I mean, I just don't know how much longer he's about to. Once again, we got to keep saying it was like, are we adding more scabbards? Are we assuming Black Maria's still alive? Is Sasaki an option? Does Who's Who be like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick around so I can have a chance to kill you, but I'm actually gonna still work with you, but I'm gonna kill you one day. Like, is he gonna pull one of those? Like, X Drake is gone, so he's not an option.
It's funny because like Who's Who has like a bunch of followers like with him. So I just wonder what's gonna happen with all of them. Are they just gonna be like the Frankie family and they're just gonna like you said, just join Yamato? Like, yeah, we're all in it. Let's go.
Yeah. They're gonna just throw him in udon.
All right. So hold on. Getting into the next page. We're seeing we're coming back to where we left off with Gunko on Colin's ship. We are seeing Usopp reacting. Hey, who are you? I'm guessing it's an intruder. They all say one at a time. Colin responds, intruder? Of the human intruders who the castle guards couldn't handle, you're the ones who are kidnapping the children den. And Gunko's over here tipping her hat. You dare call me Ningen?
Ningen?
Brooke's over here like, what? We are gods! Gods? You sound like Eneru or the Celestial Dragons. What does gods want with the children of Elbaf? Yeah, what she said. Those are my friends, says Colin. And we're seeing someone walking away. Where are you taking them? Give back my friends. Hold your tongue, boy. All right. So Gunko's not playing around.
This chapter is automatically a 10 out of 10 for me because we got an Enel reference.
Because of an Enel reference?
All I need. By name? We haven't heard that man's name brought up since Luffy was discovering observation hockey.
That's fair.
Bro.
Listen, I get it. I would love for Enel to come back into the story, but I'm not gonna let this lead me. I'm not gonna let this like fool me.
Oda, give me back my glorious king and my life is yours.
Please.
If he does bring Enel back, the series is goated. Like, you can't tell me otherwise.
I mean, initially it becomes an 11 out of 10 and that's it, right?
100%.
Like, I don't care. I don't care even if he comes and gets one-shotted. As long, just bring him back. Just bring him back.
No, if he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back guns a-blazing. That man was already strong. Yeah.
I look at him as a sense of like, all right, how strong is Crocodile really, right? So I'm like, Enel got snuck by a rubber dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, but a rubber dude with no hockey. But here's the thing, like Zoro and Skypiea was already kind of strong, right?
Cooked him.
And he one-shotted Zoro.
He one-shotted everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So like, imagine him coming back later. I mean, he already had observation hockey. It's not.
He has to be training though, so he can't just come back as he was.
Yeah, he's gonna have armament.
And a new Enel fit. Oh my god, I can't even imagine what new do-rag are we gonna have for Enel now.
Oh god.
God, I can't wait.
The possibilities are endless.
The possibilities are endless.
They are absolutely endless.
Time skip Enel design. I need it.
No. But yeah, so Gunko over here she's considering herself a god, and I know everyone and their mother was talking about how like she didn't have Saint in her name, so she's not really a celestial dragon.
Yeah,
but she's over here acting like she is.
Right. I mean, I feel like her role, I guess, as we go through this chapter, or how she talks about and positions herself, in the way, I guess, Oda reveals Gunko is like really interesting.
Yeah, there's something.
A lot of people. Sorry, Corey.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, the theories that Gunko is a revolutionary because of her hat and the fact that she didn't have Saint in her name, but like, I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know anymore.
That's a
Right now, like,
stretch.
I mean, there's some details as we get more into this chapter that does lead me to think that there's something up with her. But I won't.
Oh,
I'll save it.
100%.
I'll save it for once we get more into it. So, I mean, is there any other details you want to point out before we? I mean, I would say I want to shout out to Oda for not skipping away from this, like
Yeah.
opening the chapter exactly where we left off, instead of like starting in the woods with like Luffy and them, or starting with Frankie and them running. Like starting with here, I was like, thank God, consistency.
I mean, this is where most of the Straw Hats are, though, right now.
Yeah.
Like, who are we going to pan to? Like, Chopper and Robin, who are
Well, yeah,
probably...
I think I never know what order he's gonna choose to
That's true.
sequence like how the flow of things are gonna go. Like his pacing
Yeah.
sometimes of how he does that. You're like, bro, you didn't need to cut. Like the chapter ended here. Why are you cutting here for 1 or 2 panels just to cut back to it now?
Yeah. I mean, he's been taking a decent amount of breaks, so maybe that's giving him, you know, more
Planning
liberty,
time.
maybe.
Maybe more planning time.
Yes.
All right.
Mel, you want to
take next two?
Yes. All right. Awesome. We open it up to what looks like a cloud, dream cloud, and this is Gerd. And the dialogue starts. We'd prefer a simpler method, but at
Ripley.
that size, Ripley. Sorry. Thank you.
Good.
But at that size, our options are limited. And Frankie blasts away at one of the cloud shadow nightmares, and it seems like Vegapunk and Bonnie is with them, which I thought we completely forgot about them again. But we continue. I think this is Gunko doing all the talking, though. So they'll just have to walk. We will take them to the Holy Land via an appropriate route. The Holy Land? Mary Joa? Are you a celestial dragon then? Asked Jinbei. What? You mean those ugly, annoying... Wait. You don't look like the ones I'm thinking of. Brooke with the bubbles. I suspect it's something above that, the Holy Knights. The very same, says Gunko. Does that mean you're capturing all those kids to turn them into slaves? Says Usopp, and an arrow is coming towards him, and he freaks out, going, ah! Hey, what's this arrow doing? You'll do no such thing. Zeus, Nami pulls out Zeus. Did you call for me, Nami? Why does it keep chasing me? Get it off, says Usopp as the arrow keeps chasing him. But, you know.
Great sequence of events here.
Yes. Brooke, I forget Brooke always knows a little bit more.
Yep.
Because he's older.
That's the OG.
Who is this man? Who
that's
is
Unk.
he?
That's Unk.
He always is dropping some like gems like randomly throughout the series. And I'm always like, Brooke, like, where are you getting this information from? Like, granted, you were stuck on a boat for like 50 years. Yeah. So like what happened before then? What happened during your time skip a little bit more?
He used to lead like a group of assassins or something. For like somewhere, he used to lead something before he joined the pirate crew.
The Rumbar Pirates.
Yeah, he had a whole.
I think what I saw was he had like he just worked for a kingdom like as like security type stuff. I don't think he was like an assassin. Assassin's a little too gangster, I think, for One Piece.
All right, we'll see.
But I feel like Oda's always trying to always play something into like Brooke's story and keep it mysterious, which has always been really fascinating because I wonder what's going to happen to Brooke at the end of the story, considering he's immortal, you know, essentially. Like everybody else is going to die at some point. So
maybe he's the one who will continue to sing the tales of the Straw Hats as years goes by as a Soul King with all his songs and shit.
That would be so sweet.
Or maybe he does actually die and we don't know.
How that happens, I'm very curious.
Maybe there's a cap because it's not like we haven't seen people that's like 100 years old in this world already. Brooke's only 80.
Yeah, but like at the same time he died and then came back. You know what I mean? The dynamics with his devil fruit is a little bit too crazy.
Shade said Brooke was a knight before becoming a pirate.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, assassin is a little too gangster, bro. I don't think it was that.
Its motion said Brooke knows black magic trust.
OD. Also, I see this comment Sean left making trying to say I'm dressed for the beach. You don't know a Frankie shirt when you see one? Psh, not a man of
Sad.
culture. Not a man of culture. Thought you knew
Oh
ball.
God.
I guess you don't know ball. And my guy
Maybe.
Frankie is radical beaming in this page. Come on.
Yeah, that was a great shot. It was good to see Frankie again from like the chaos that's happening here.
I really liked the comedy that we're getting from Usopp reacting to this arrow chasing after him. I don't know. Like, of course, it would be Usopp.
Yeah, Usopp is asking all the right questions so that the reader can start to, like, I guess, think about what's going on. Like, he's doing all the confusion for everybody else because ain't nobody else asking questions. They're just there.
Nami's not asking questions. Nami's ready to throw down immediately.
Yo,
which I was so happy about. Nami's quick with it.
Nami's not playing in Elbath.
No,
Nami's not.
She actually came.
She said, "Nah, we're not playing around no more. We a Yonko crew."
So
even though this Yonko crew's about to get embarrassed,
we'll see.
We'll see. We saw.
We see
it. The one thing I will say about Gunko here that's starting to make me wonder what's her deal. I can't tell if it's just straight arrogance on the side of like being a holy knight or viewing yourself as a celestial dragon, or if she's telling them the plan on purpose.
I mean, maybe she just doesn't care because she thinks they'll be able to get away with it. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like
it can be the one. Like, could it be the arrogance? But she's like giving them so much detail unnecessarily, where she could just kind of just finish the job immediately. You know what I mean? Like this, it's interesting. Like, she's confirming, like, I'm an holy knight. She's confirming where they're taking the kids, what they're doing. Like I said, could be part of the game, the arrogance of it all, but still could lead into like, oh, maybe when this all wraps up, this doesn't end well for the Straw Hats, and we know we have to go to Mary Joie because of what Gunko said.
Right. I mean, she's kind of been arrogant from the get-go, like her approach with Loki.
Yeah.
When she summoned the other saints, the other holy knights.
Yeah.
She's never really like let any of that personality or persona drop a single second.
Yeah, and I guess it kind of sticks to also like the motif of her powers. Like, even though you can see exactly where the thing is gonna go, you can't stop it.
Right.
So like, you're telling you the plan anyway, but like, you can't stop the plan.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talked myself right out of the trader thing. All right. Take the next two. As Nami pulls up, Thunder Shark tempo, new move, going straight at Gunko. Gunko turns it around with the arrow. Huh? One day the world as we know it will cease to exist. Or so we thought. Run, Nami, look out! As the Thunder Shark is chasing Nami. Eek! As Zeus is screaming, I'm sorry, Nami! The Thunder Shark attacks a body. Gunko with the ... Nami, it's fine. It was Brooke. Yo, what? You? It's me. Thank you. Nami with the thumbs up. And then we cut to Clover, Vegapunk, and Nicolivia. But a small number of humans realized it and warned the world of the danger. Usopp pulls up, pulls back the slingshot. Gunko looks at it, and that's the end of that page.
Yeah. So again, Nami's. I like seeing a new move. This is the first time we're seeing this Thunder Shark tempo, right?
Right.
Nami's been training.
Yo, fire move, fire design. Yeah. Like,
I love it.
This is a good Nami chapter. Help highlight her a little bit.
Nami's already done more than Usopp has in the last 2 arcs. I'm sorry, I don't want to be an Usopp hater because I like Usopp.
You're right.
But what's going on, guy?
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about Usopp anymore. Like, I've lost faith in everything. Like,
my expectations are just at 0.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the best way to go in now at this point.
I just want to keep being disappointed by him. But you know what? He's trying to do something right now.
He's about he's about to have his best feat since Dressrosa.
Yeah,
probably.
I like how Gunko's over here talking about like conspiracy theories about the end of the world and shit.
I mean, she's essentially like recontextualizing and reconfirming everything they heard from Vegapunk's thing. That's what I'm saying. Gunko's so sus right now. Like, why
Yeah.
is she talking about all of these details, letting them know, yeah, things are really in motion? It's like you reconfirming everything Vegapunk said, unless she thinks that they already, believe everything Vegapunk said. The Straw Hats are funny sometimes. I never know what they do with the information they have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's always been a weird thing about the story. It's like they acquire new information, but it's not really like transacted upon. It's probably people around them that transact on it more or less,
Yeah.
or someone like Robin or Brooke that ingests the information and probably does some processing on their own. But to keep the story interesting, they never really like outwardly say it to the rest of the crew.
Yeah. They're never having conversations about it, which I guess it kind of fits their characters. Like, why they're not us, the readers. We're over here like, oh, we're not going to talk about what just happened. They're over here like, well, that was crazy.
Usopp's the reader.
That was crazy.
We got out of that one. Oh man.
Anyway, what's for dinner, Sanji?
I genuinely first read through. I almost thought Oda really let Nami get Thundershocked. I am
actually really sad about not seeing that.
Because I was like, oh, these Holy Knights is fucking for real.
I wasn't surprised because remember in Wano, she was getting beat the fuck up by Ulti.
Yeah.
Ulti was throwing it down. Like, didn't she already she headbutted her once,
yeah,
right?
Ulti was using V headbutt against her mad times.
Yeah.
So I mean, Nami's taking hits these days.
She has.
So for her to get electrocuted,
I was like,
I
know what?
I kind of was looking forward to it because
we
technically don't see Nami get hit a lot, except with the exception of Wano. And I felt like it would have made like the gravitas of the moment a little bit heavier. But Oda was like, nah, I can't do that.
Can't do that. He's like, I married Nami. Of course it's gonna be Brooke again, just like in Whole Cake. But at least Brooke is useful for something here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, info and shield.
This word, lightning rod.
All right, let's go on to the next two. So here we're seeing Usopp following through with his attack. Bullseye! You thought we'd be intimidated by celestial dragons? Ha! Oh, shoot! You didn't have to be so gruesome, Usopp. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blow your upper half off. What? Huh? As everyone's starting to react to Gunko slowly regenerating herself. Ew, I felt bad for her, but the way she's regenerating is really gross. You're right. It's really creepy seeing someone come back to life. Gunko's now saying, and now it's unstoppable. No one can stop it as she's over here on her skater girl shit following an arrow. I had a feeling. These arrows are pointing towards the targets of their attacks. We've got this one, Usopp, as Jinbe and Brooke step forward to protect the weakling duo. It would be the height of folly to take a direct hit as predicted. The countdown has begun, says Gunko menacingly.
Menacingly. Gunko over here talking about, I am atomic.
I'm telling you, Gunko's been watching some Ancient Aliens too, just like Oda. She's over here talking about end of the world countdowns and shit. Like she's a doomsday prepper.
No, she's talking facts, bro. That's what I'm saying. Why is she telling them all this info? She is confirming everything right now. Like, yo, the world's about to end.
I just think that like that might just be her shtick. Because remember when the other guy, the Rose guy, I already forgot his name.
Cavendish.
Somers, like no, Somers. When he asked her.
That was from left field right there.
The Rose guy, Cavendish.
It was such a random name to also remember too.
What does Luffy call him? Cabbage.
Yes.
Remember when Somers asked her like, "What are you afraid of?" And she's like, "Nika." It's always been Nika. Like I think that just might be her thing. Like she's just a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. There.
And then like her favorite song is like New World. Like, girl, clearly you want something to happen.
She's about the revolution.
Maybe.
She's about the revolution. That's no coincidence. Like it,
or she likes fire and brimstone. Song. She just wants to see the world burn, bro. I mean, she's like the Joker.
We live in a society.
I mean, without all the laughing.
Yeah, without all the laughing.
But yeah, I mean, Gunko's powers
This was a very loaded page.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
we're like joking and laughing, but like there's a lot to talk about here.
What was really loaded was Usopp's shot to do that much damage to Gunko. Like,
When I saw that,
are you
Yeah,
really
that
made out of bandages?
that took me back a little bit.
So is she? Do we think that like maybe the bandages, like not the bandages, the arrows? Do we think this is like a Logia, or is this like devil powers that she got from Emu that she's able to
oh,
regenerate?
I'm leading
I'm
straight into
feeling the
emu.
latter. Yeah,
So are all the
same.
Gods Knights going to be able to regenerate like this?
I don't know because it gave a vibe because like first a couple chapters back when she summoned those saints with that ability, like I didn't think anybody else had that power except for the like the
Mhm.
Gorosei,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
right.
And then like she obviously doesn't have the saint name, so I'm wondering if she doesn't have the saint name on purpose. Like something part of me was thinking like she might not even be like just herself. Like she might be an extension of someone else, and that's why she
could
is
be Jenny.
like this.
Could be
Mm,
Mm,
could be a Jenny. Listen, clones is still a thing.
yeah,
Clones are
I
still.
mean,
Unfortunately, just
all
like
is
Star
possible in
Wars,
that area.
there can always be a clone. There can always
Yeah,
be something like Jenny body, real body could be dead, but this could be a version of Jenny, altered eyes. We're hiding, we're concealing something, right?
yeah.
Something
Because I
sus
feel
here.
like if it was just arrows, she would have like rewound up. She wouldn't have
Yeah.
like started putting herself together like smoke compacts into
okay,
solid.
Plus,
true.
we've already kind of seen that Emu can giveth and Emu can taketh away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
But
he,
you know what? I thought it would only be 5 because once he took Saturn's powers away, like
I think
he
he can just
obviously
give to
died.
anybody. Probably.
Yeah.
I think
Mm,
it's just like unlimited. Like I think maybe because we were seeing like maybe the motif of the Vegapunks and the satellites, and thinking that okay, maybe the Gorosei are specifically this amount because they're like an extension of Emu's powers or things like that. But I think that given you were here for 1138 and all the theorizing there, um must have some ability that they have to like control like that devil stuff and maybe give these devil powers that aren't exactly devil fruits, because we've already seen that like Shamrock sword, not a devil,
Mhm.
does not say a devil fruit name.
yeah.
None of the
Yeah.
girls say, does not say a devil fruit name. You could still have a devil fruit and probably still have Emu's
The
powers,
abilities.
whether it be the
Right.
immortality he can take away and give you, whether it be the pentagram stuff, it seems like he can give you and take away, and regeneration might seems like it's one of them.
Right. Yeah.
You you know what I just realized in this when Gunko is regenerating, she looks like in the top left corner of the page, she looks a little sad. Like her eye is looking a little sad that she has like when she
Mm,
says it's unstoppable.
yeah, I see that.
I also just noticed that in the bottom page, Nami is like trying to yank the arrow away from Usopp, which I just think is hilarious. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I didn't know you could like
touch
try
it.
to touch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once it's in motion, it seems like it cannot be stopped unless Gunko like changes direction.
I think Saul tried to touch it, right? That sounded crazy sentence wise.
Yeah.
That sounded crazy. I can't remember if he did, but because I
He
remember
might have.
I said like
I
it
know
was
he
something
tried to
that
touch
caught
the
me off guard
kids.
before. I was like, why does it look like cloth? And I was like, okay, I guess it's just always looked like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Mel, you want to take the next two?
Yep. And we open it up. I guess now we are with the old giant pirates. A vast war will ensue and drag the entire world into it. I'm assuming that Gunko is still talking, and we see Gunko in the lower right panel. And which side the giants pledge their allegiance to will have a profound effect on the outcome of the war. And Loki and Luffy are stuffed to balloons after eating all of that food.
Fool
It's nice to see
sand.
them. The whole world at war? That would never happen, says Nami. So you're trying to seize control of Elbaf in preparation for it? Exclaims Jinbei. By taking children as hostages? What cheap cowardice. I perform my duties as commanded. But it could all be for nothing. The lives of a few children might as well be trash to me. I do not understand the concept of hostages. What's wrong with you? You got a few screws loose? I'll fight you, says Colin.
Yo, my
Joy.
man Colin over here, he gives no fucks.
He is.
He's
That
brave.
is the son of Scopper Gaban. This man is
Is.
ready to throw down after everything that he's seen. Her regenerating.
We got the mountain nimbler over here instead of the mountain eater.
The nimbler. Oh my god.
That's cute.
Yeah, but she is wicked over here saying, I don't give a fuck about these kids.
Yeah.
They're not even
I-
hostages to me.
if
She's
Fuck
got
Them
a
Kids
lot
was a
going
group,
on.
the Hisoka would love to join the Holy
Well.
Knights.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
That's very, very, very left field backwards. Wow.
Bro, they've been just like beating the hell out. They don't care. Turn on,
Yeah.
put them on fire. We can lose a couple of them. It don't matter. They gonna
That's true.
drown. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this page just makes me feel like the war is like imminent next
Yeah.
arc.
and knowing that like the Giants are playing a crucial role in it, because clearly wherever they go is
Mhm.
really going to play a heavy part in the war.
Yeah.
Uh,
Speaking
matter-
of Giants, look at my man's Dorian Broggy over here taking care of these dream monsters. I was a little nervous to see like how strong they were going to be, how high their HP was.
yeah.
But these guys light work and they're hungover and
Yeah.
possibly still drunk.
But I think these things regenerate though.
You know
So
what?
it's like,
they'll have to keep
because
cutting
that
them
ghost
down.
got defeated last chapter, and like they're fighting it
back.
again. It seems. So
That's
it's
okay.
like,
Dorian and Broggy fought each other for 100 years.
I mean,
They
they
got stamina.
They have to find the devil fruit user for this. There's like no option
yeah,
out of
you
it.
just like this. They're just fighting just to keep them at bay. They're not going to be able to really do anything. But this makes me think. Is Oda about to have Luffy solo all three guys nights? Because if we see the boy 8, he's full. That means he's at max, and he's about to be at max energy.
That's true.
So is Loki, though. I
Yeah.
don't see Loki not. I know that.
You think Loki's
Gerd
gonna get
was
back up,
like-
even though she was like, yeah, he needs
I
like a
know-
week.
I know Gerd said
Nah.
that, but
think
look at
he's gonna do
Zoro
She
when
said
something.
months. She said months.
Nah, he's got to do something. There's no way Oda ends like this arc without him doing
100%.
something, especially because the way this chapter keeps going, like he has to do something. There's no other way.
Well,
like I feel like this chapter is hinting towards
Look
that.
in Wano when Zoro had half his body destroyed. Someone just pulled
Facts.
some drug out of their ass and was like, "All right, Zoro, we need you. Get back to work."
I mean,
You
I don't
think
know if
that-
we're gonna find that kind of magician right now, and
I mean,
Chopper
that,
is
and,
kind
and,
of like
and that's what we have to say. I hope we don't just have no bullshit like that. Like those are the
Like-
worst.
Remember in Vinland Saga when that one guy, the berserker, would eat the mushrooms and like he would just go crazy? Would it be so far fetched for Elbaf, based on Vikings, to have their own version of a mushroom that can do the same and also provide some kind of healing properties?
I mean,
that's not
it's-
far
it's
fetched
not far- it's
considering
a-
how ancient the kingdom is itself.
Yeah.
A kingdom of warriors, they're definitely going to have something. Like
true.
we're already talking about absinthe. We're really some kind of mushroom to like help their battle capabilities.
It feels too similar to like, I mean, you just brought it up. We just did this in Wano Act 3 with Zoro. So
Mhm.
like for
And listen,
me,
we're getting traders in every arc too. So like,
yeah, but we don't
Let's
know. We
not.
don't know if there's any traders yet. We don't know if there's a trader yet. I could be wrong,
all
right? And you guys don't agree. So it's like if you don't want to see the same thing done twice, you want the same thing done twice now.
But buddy, we've been.
That's true.
It's not the same thing done twice. We've been getting traders. There have been traders in
We don't
Yeah,
have
York.
that many. We
true.
don't have that many traders in this story.
York, the guy in Wano, what was his name? Konkuro.
Conjuro,
Conjuro,
York,
sure.
Conjuro.
Was there any traders in Dressrosa? I mean, Viola betrayed Doflamingo, I guess.
I
No, I'm
mean-
just kidding.
I mean,
Look, even you didn't feel good
in a
about that one.
way-
You was like,
in a way, Robin has kind of played it into an extent twice.
I'll give you Robin as a trader to Crocodile. It's not a lot of traders in this story.
Oh, Stussy.
Stussy.
That's true.
In the same, that was all in the same arc.
I mean, that arc was just madness.
that
Oda
was
was
all.
just
That
like,
was all in the same
Magic
arc.
hat, rabbit,
yeah, blind sides.
Oda doesn't go with the trader motif. He hasn't gone with it that much, like throughout the whole story.
true.
It's just happened.
I mean, for the duration of the story, a couple of traders makes sense.
Well, all of Water 7 also too. I mean,
Yeah,
you had whole of
actually.
Cypherpole.
Mhm.
The whole all of
That whole
CP.
arc was traders.
Who else? Shade, Beiji.
Capone Beige. Okay. There are others. There are others.
It's just a whole bunch. Like there's some that are like, okay, that one.
Either way,
it's like they're not a big fish in a
the
pond.
whole point of this was whether or not Loki is going to be out for the rest of the arc, and the answer is no.
I don't think for the rest of the arc.
Piper, no.
I don't think for the rest of the
Get
arc.
this man some lorazepam.
Wait, stop! Not the White Lotus.
Oh God. But I don't think it'll be right away, right?
Mm.
Like I don't think it'll be like as soon as we see Luffy in action. I want to say like at least give it a little. Listen, man. When it comes to the pace in these fights, you also thought Scopper Gaban wasn't going to show up to the end of the arc.
True.
So I think Oda should maybe sit Loki down physically to at least give it some weight on the injury, so he doesn't show up at the same time as our monster trio. And maybe he's off, so just maybe on screen, right? I'm not saying do nothing for the rest of the arc. I'm saying I don't think they both just get up at the same time. Luffy is like truly will be at 100. You know what I mean? Whereas Loki being at what? Maybe he'll be at 40%, 30%. I don't know. Like he'll already be hindered from doing too much. So maybe don't throw him in to the immediate fray.
I mean, the man like struck his hammer on that tree. He was ready to fight to get that last chain off. I'm sure after he's like rested a little bit, food in his belly. Willpower is a thing in this world.
Also, we don't know his type of stamina in reality. Like his recovery
or his devil
time.
fruit.
Yeah,
or
his recovery time.
Fruit.
Yeah, there's a lot to reveal with Loki. There's no way that we're not seeing him get up at least max, maybe like next 5 chapters.
There's just no way.
No way. No way.
And then Joel in the chat, I just got to mention it said Sanji in Whole Cake Island, he not forgiven.
Don't count that. That don't count. That don't.
And that's why Shade's like, we have a Zoro fan.
We got a Zoro fan. I'm a look. Rosa, if you ask big time NFL Joe, I'm not LOL, but I'm a Zoro enjoyer.
Yo, way to just talk about like that. Oh God, it's crazy when you spot like a Zoro fan.
Cause nobody else feels the need to bring that up besides a Zoro fan. Everybody understands the whole context
the pettiness
of what
is
you were
so
there for
real
Whole
when
Cake.
it comes to Whole Cake and Zoro fans.
Like, bro he was risking his life for the crew, essentially, how he saw it. Not like how Usopp said, yo, you don't give a fuck about me or this shit.
Well, fuck you and your whole family.
Yeah, Usopp was next level.
Yeah,
anyway.
Usopp crashed out.
Why Zoro fans like this, man? Why they just can't just like be chill? Why they can't be chill? Because the Sanji fans won't even be picking fights.
I mean, I feel like we're some of the chill fans,
Toei.
most chill fans.
Toei hates us more than the fans.
100%.
They cutting boy out of scenes. They got him acting like a freaky boy for no reason.
In the anime.
Like a diddler riddler.
I'm like, why he being freaky deaky? He wasn't being freaky deaky.
He wasn't like this in the manga.
Yeah. Sanji found out that Bonnie was a little girl. He was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
But he found out and they was like, let's still give him hard eyes. I'm like, stop doing that, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that. Like, y'all really trying to make the anime onlys think that Bonnie still might be an adult?
Yeah.
I'm tricking them. And Joe says he's a Chopper fan. I hate that for you.
Yo, I don't even. Nah.
He's fine. I just hate what Chopper became. But I'll take the next 2 pages. Now I can slander somebody today. As we see the arrows go around Colin's neck. Schwip, yeeted across the map off the Smash Bros. Stage. Ah! Colin! We see JINBE, 5,000 sand brick. As we Brook, Gavolt. And we see the arrows both tap them. And then we see Gonko, Aura Farm, right past them. It says Aloe. And we see another arrow zip towards Nami. And then Gonko hits her with the OD up tilt A Super Smash Brothers move. Usopp tries to shoot her with a whatever bomb, a skull grass bomb again, maybe saying, take this. Just scoops right past easily, just fluid like water, knees him straight into the jaw. Blech.
Damn, I hate that for him. I needed a face.
Gunko
Why do
just took care of
you?
this whole.
Yeah, she did.
She took care of 1, 2, 3, 4 straw hats in 2 panels.
See, so
Listen,
I got a question for you both, because you would think that all of the celestial dragons, holy knights, are like powerful and don't always need to activate their abilities to probably just one shot Usopp, but she uses her arrows specifically in directing at Nami and Usopp, and obviously took out Jinbei and Brook like with each other. So I'm wondering if she's using her arrows just to ensure her attack hits, or she's using her arrows because maybe she's not actually that strong. In that panel with Usopp landing that attack and like blowing her away, maybe gives more away about like her fragility versus the ability that Usopp used.
Hmm.
mm,
Like you're saying, like you think that, like, yeah, she can keep reviving, but she don't got a large health bar.
Right. Or she doesn't have like great MP.
Mm. I mean, I think I kind of look at it towards her action seems to be really close to how Lucci and a lot of these government officials think, where like they always go with like trying to take out the weaker people first because it really messes up the how the stronger people move. So I figured that's what they were doing there. But I get what you mean in regards to like making Brooke and Jinbei attack each other. I'm more like watching this and seeing like I'm a little disappointed in Jinbei.
listen, it's a funky
Thought
devil fruit.
I
It
thought
They
is.
got these
no
people
no no
always
no no
struggle
no
in the
no
beginning.
no
Bro,
no
you're
no
sounding like the people
no
in Wano when they
no.
complained that Apu
I
got one on
don't
Zoro and
wanna
Luffy.
hear it. This is for the people who got Jinbei at number 3 and Sanji at number 4. Is this your king?
Sanji would have taken the hit too,
Is
bro. What are
this
you
your
talking
king?
about?
Well, Sanji can't even be around Gunko, so that's not even fair either.
I mean, I think everyone on the crew would have taken the hit with this ability.
Luffy would have taken the hit, bro.
Yes.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
no. I know you're saying like Luka Gunko took care of the 4 straw hats in 2 pages. Like, it's a weird devil fruit. Everyone always struggles in the beginning, but I promise you, once Jinbei and even Brook, or even Usopp, honestly, this could be his fight.
Hmm.
Oh.
No, I'm not
Oh,
holding that.
look, see you, bro. Be saying stuff, and he said, "Actually, I don't believe in that."
That last part, the last part. But Jinbei and
He's
Brook, you
trying to
don't think
stir the pot a
Jinbei
little bit.
that they'll get used to it. All right, Gunko's fruit is not that broken, and like Mel's pointing out, like she don't even got hands like that. It's just the devil fruit.
That's what
Throw
it's
some
giving,
hockey.
right?
I know Nami was trying to grab the arrow and move it, but she couldn't. Get some armament hockey on that shit. You could punt that arrow
Yeah.
down the field. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think once we find someone with like a good like hockey level, I think they could take out Gunko pretty easily because
Yeah.
she's not giving like powerful vibes without
Mm.
the arrows. I mean, just the fact that she had to use the arrow, she used the arrow first to ensure like the direction of her kick landed on Nami. Like I think power scaling wise, which I don't like to do, I absolutely hate it. But like with Nami, it's like, did you really need that?
True.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like she just over uses it, and I guess they're not for play. Like the Holy Knights, for everything they've done here, they seem to have gone completely weird using our powers. We're not really dicking around.
Yeah.
Like
But again, that just makes me feel like Gunko like doesn't have the actual strength to throw down.
Gunko used hockey against Loki when she first showed up. So
Yeah, but, I mean,
Okay.
but somebody using hockey against her is what's going to be the real difference in
yeah,
how these abilities affect them.
Also,
but
Loki was
after these
chained
people,
down with Sea Stone.
yeah. But even Shamrock was saying like, yeah, you wouldn't really have an easy time with Gunko regardless, right? Like if
Okay.
Shamrock is
He
making
said that?
note, yeah,
I don't
specifically, he did
remember.
say that. He was
Hmm.
like, yeah, like you still have a hard time. There was a whole thing when people were trying to figure out Gunko's strength in the beginning because Shamrock made note because like Loki was like, if I wasn't in these chains, I would wash you up, and Shamrock was like, oh, I don't know about
Mm,
that. Like, I don't think you just gonna like you wash her up. Maybe you do
okay.
but you ain't about to just pack her up easy. And I don't think you gets to be a guy's night without that. And even still, like, if the next level of fighters we have here, if she's still giving us a Zoro a hard time. Like, this is probably the best person to go against Zoro. We talking about directional powers here. That's one man that don't know directions. Like, giving Zoro a little bit of a hard time is a feat in itself.
Oh god.
Because Lucci barely did it.
Sorry, I'm like trying to like find the thing about Shamrock and what you said he said.
Oh, you want to find what chapter that's in?
No, I'm already like in the chapter. I'm just like reading through the pages.
Just go, bros, read it all the way back. He said, I need the reference. I need the receipts.
I get
Yeah,
it.
because you're right. If Shamrock himself is saying if he's praising Gunko and her strength, then that is saying something. But I don't.
I mean, it depends on how much you believe Shamrock. Like, how much you trust in Shamrock. Is he a fraud?
He doesn't seem like a no nonsense. He seems like a no nonsense type of guy, and he wouldn't gas anybody up unless he actually believed that they had hands.
Yeah.
What is
But anyway.
Joel saying? Jinbei skeet a dot.
It's Swedish.
Oh, I was confused. I was like, you lost me.
Yeah, he's from Sweden. It's Swedish.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't read Swedish.
I don't know. Though maybe you was Swedish for a second too.
No, not at all.
Nah. Let me Google it. Imagine I'm Googling something I shouldn't be reading. To shit in the blue cupboard? What?
Must be an analogy or like a metaphor or something.
Take a crap in the blue cupboard? Oopsies.
Yeah, I don't know, Corey. I don't see that Shamrock ever said that.
Oh God, not you gonna make me have to go back and do it. Anyways, you Danny, you take the next two pages while I'll try to help you out here.
Go to 1137 or 1137:38. All right. Now we're cutting to the Straw Hats getting yeeted off of Colin's ship, and now radio's coming in. How's it looking? Shh. You all set up, Killingham? The means of communication are so inadequate in Elbaf. Yeah, no kidding, but it seems like every village and important facility has its own transmission tool. No! Principal Tusk! Ugh! Corner. Nice hard corner. Boom! Ugh! Mr. Principal! I can't move, says Big Ange. Yeah, that's because your body has been slumbertized. It's this big one, right? I've never heard of a transponder pill bug. Try talking through the transponder signal, Summers. This should send all across Elbaf. All right, I'll give it a shot. So yeah. The Straw Hats, it looks like they're getting separated, so shenanigans is about to ensue. But Colin, it seems like Colin's getting taken. That boy's getting strung up by the neck too, which is a little wicked.
I'm telling you, bro. Oda's on one this arc.
Yeah, since what? Maybe Dressrosa, things have just been like, no, maybe since Punk Hazard. No, since the time skip, everything's just been dark. Like no happy, no sunshine, nothing. Like,
yeah. Yo, poor Principal Tusk, man.
Danny, you ready? So chapter 1137. I'm looking at the TCB version, right?
Hold on. Wait, TCB?
Nah, you got to do the official translation.
We do. Everybody takes multiple translations into account.
Absolutely not. What are you? What page?
Okay.
What page?
1137. At the point in time when Gunko has the super long legs, they cut. I don't know the page number here. Don't tell me the page number here, bro.
Oh, TCB don't got page numbers. All right.
I don't like it. It's all one. It's all on one thing.
Okay. What panel are you talking about?
When they cut to the realm. When they cut to the realm of the dead.
Okay.
Right. Loki is saying, "Huff, huff. This is only because I can't move from this spot." Shamrock then says, "The result will be the same even if you could." Gunko, you commoner.
Completely different conversation. Completely different. Loki's saying, "I told you already, I can't move," and Shamrock is saying, "Yeah, it doesn't change our question, guy." He's not even talking about Gunko.
Depends on the translation, bro. Depends on
if they're close, if they're similar.
Yeah,
I
they're not even close.
These are completely different.
So we are gonna act like there are not multiple instances when the One Piece fan base picks and chooses which translation to pick, when we don't always trust the official translation. That's
every live stream we've ever done has been the official chapter.
I don't know why people would opt to choose a different translation.
I understand it's always been a lot, but the community based on what I've always seen, we always take into account multiple translations.
I would prefer to talk to somebody who is reading it in a completely different language, and then they tell me what it says.
And that's even more different.
somebody in Spain or France called me up and tell me what their
Yeah.
stuff says.
And unless you want to find somebody from Spain or France for this one, Danny.
I don't need to, bro. What are we
I'm
talking
just
about right now?
that's
If there was close,
I'm
if
not
it was
gonna
close,
I'm not gonna let you dismiss completely because it doesn't fit your narrative.
you're
that the
power
community,
scaling Gunko off
I'm-
of a mistranslation.
I'm power scaling based off of a translation that's used within the community. People
So
use
clearly
both
we need to learn
translations.
Japanese here, right? We all need to learn Japanese
Someone
here.
get Archer from Library of Ohara over here.
Shade says, I
actually,
read One Piece in 3 different languages for every chapter. And you're taking into account
That's
every verse. And you're taking into
crazy.
account
I
every
love that.
translation, aren't you? Like, if you read in 3 different languages, they all going to translate differently, do they not? Depending on the
I
language.
understand that, but
Yeah,
just
but the
because of
problem
the
is that
translation's
sometimes
different,
translate things differently because they don't fully grasp the language.
Yeah.
So you don't really know who's translating it. Like there are so many languages that say things a certain way, but there's no real translation for it in English. And then that makes the translation more rough, leading to inaccuracies.
So you don't think the same inaccuracies happens when going into French or Spanish? Like we
sure, but
like we
Yeah, but they
we could
have
play the
they have
same.
dedicated official translators associated in each country with whatever the publisher is that is okayed by Oda.
Mhm.
and
But
also
they've
like
also had to correct many of these translators too.
But they'll note that, and that hasn't been noted.
Listen,
and no and like I understand if it was close, but you're literally talking about a completely different thing. You're jumping to a complete, not you, the translator.
Yeah.
Like
Lately,
if he said, yeah,
since Egghead, translations have not been trustworthy. I'm just gonna say that.
yeah, and but that's been the case, I think, for both, right? I read multiple translations of it. I have no problem doing that, but I do take into account all versions of it because sometimes there will be one detail that may be very different in the what we consider the official. Just because something is official doesn't mean it's right. Unfortunately, in this type of world, I want to really make sure I toe the line properly when saying something like that. But
I feel
many of I've seen whole YouTube channels of people who have like do like official Japanese, like speak in Japanese and will translate it and will still correct this translation sometimes. I'm not saying I ignore this translation either, bro. I'm not dismissing
Okay.
it. I'm just saying I take into account all of them because if I watch that guy, he's like, well, technically this translates into this. This kanji doesn't have a real meaning. The same thing you're saying, it's not impossible for it to also be incorrect here too, I'm saying.
and I'm just saying that the kanji for the name Gunko was not in that text bubble when it came to the mistranslation.
You don't even know that. You just saying that period off the strength
Because
of
it's
what?
two completely different things. And even the YouTubers who do read the early translations, when they do their official review of the chapter,
You just
will
made
always
that
say,
up like you know kanji.
bro, we're talking
Kanji
about
wasn't
two.
used.
If the official said something like Gunko asked you a question,
But
that would be completely different. But he didn't
say
even
that.
say this woman's name.
Bro, I'm not even saying it says Gonko's name anywhere either, though, here. In either version.
The only time I take a mistranslation, the only time I take it seriously is when I thought that a line delivered by a character sounded cooler. Other than that, I go with
that.
I go with the official
You
I go
can't
with the
choose
official
because you think it's
translation
cooler.
every time.
That's crazy.
The official translation every time. Dude,
Crazy.
if you read the early translations for the first,
Oh my
second
God.
world and third world, they're completely different from the official. And no one's over here making theory videos about
That's not true.
the worlds
That's not
off
true.
of the early translations.
Well, I don't know about that specifically, but like, don't say people don't make videos based off different translations.
Okay.
That's just there's a
different
million
translations in different languages, or different translations as in like early translations. People who are just rushing it.
Does it? I don't really think I consider all translations in the same bucket in my head, bro. Like I put them all as pool of information that can be used to decipher what it is. Like I'm not just gonna dismiss all of it. Like one version can be more right than the other in different ways, but I'm not just going to completely dismiss one version because I'm being told this is the one from this site by one person who's using their best judgment to translate as well. Everybody's using their best judgment to translate. So I'm not just going to completely be like, yeah, holds no bearing at all.
I mean,
if Tekken uses it, I use it. If Tekken is using it, I'm using it.
I don't really watch them, so I can't say anything.
I'm just saying, bro.
Don't read Shade's chat. Don't read it.
Oh, I know what it said already, bro. We're not going down that road.
Yeah. Shade's trying to instigate right
well,
now.
Mel had to enjoy the show. Sorry.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be the topic that we just going to be like, you don't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So let's recap these 2 pages.
Right.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
So Killingham seems to be a lot more physically stronger than I thought he would be. Bro is just yeeting giants physically easily.
Yeah, and it's hard to say whether or not that has anything to do with like the dream powers.
Yeah,
So.
because I'm looking at that panel. It looks like there's something coming out of his hand, or I don't know.
I think he populated a spiky thing from like his dream world to throw him on top of.
Oh, okay.
To like cause that like extra damage.
Okay, I mean, at the end of the day, Killingham is what, a mythical Zoan, we're assuming.
Yeah.
Right. So like mythical Zoans are supposed to be physically strong. So maybe this isn't that surprising, because he is a dragon at the end of the day. And like this is only like one form. Maybe it's his awakened form, since, well, it might not be the awakened form, because look at Luffy's like gear 4. He has the clouds. So I don't think that the cloud, and Yamato too. Yamato had the clouds. So did Kaido. So it's not really like a giveaway for like an awakened form. So like he could have a completely different like, Zoan form.
Maybe there's like
a beefier dragon.
Yeah, because I know everybody's trying like to use the clouds as a deciphering thing for it. And then it was also even weird because like in the most recent anime episode, they really put a lot of emphasis on the Gear 4 clouds, more than like they ever have prior. Honestly, the Gear 4 clouds looked more solid this time around the anime.
Instead of just
steam.
Yeah.
So
I noticed that too.
Maybe there is something, I mean, right? The anime is considered a different translation too, right? So maybe.
Please.
It is. So it's not 1-to-1. It's not 1-to-1. You know it's not.
True. It's true.
It's not. You know it's not.
True.
No comment.
You know.
This topic has to be a different video. We're not talking about this anymore.
Anyways, maybe the manifestation of the cloud becoming more solid is when you're finally awakened. I don't know. Maybe the clouds are a little lighter when you're like almost there.
Yeah,
right?
That's
and
what I was thinking.
Maybe they get like full form clouds. Maybe like
Does Killingham have a tail cloud? You guys see that?
It looks like a I gotta think. I don't know. Yeah.
So my man's got a tail?
It looks like it, because the ones that are under his arm stop at the upper part. Like it doesn't go down. That one's pretty low.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if it's.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
But are they about to like just tell the whole nation we about to cook y'all?
Yeah, it looks that way.
This is just send it all across Elbaf. Yeah, because they're pretty much gonna be like, hey, we have your kids.
Yes.
You need to bend the knee, swear fealty to the great Imu-sama, and that's it. Queen, the king of the north.
The king of the north remembers.
I always enjoy the other pop culture references you all throw in.
we watch a lot of unnecessary amounts of TV, I think, over here.
Same here. Same here.
Amount.
Have you heard about Danny's severance steak?
I feel like I have. I did. I halfway done through season 2, but to be super frank, I'm not enjoying season 2 as much as I did season 1. So I've just kind of been like maybe waiting for it to disappear from my mind.
Yeah, no.
They didn't enjoy any of it, so
yeah, I think I did see your take on it, like just it being a waste of time.
It's not that it's a waste of time. I just don't think that the juice is worth the squeeze. I think that it just took too long to get there for like not that great of a payoff. But
okay,
listen, that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but I think it was overhyped to an extensive degree.
That's fair. I can understand that.
Well, the internet would disagree with me.
Oh, they did.
But that's okay.
It's not they would. They did.
They did.
When we put out the video of him talking about it, most disliked YouTube video put out today.
Yup.
Today. The ratio was fucking, the ratio was Doma. It was like
I think I came off very spiteful and hateful, and I perhaps did not explain my points as well as I should have. And that definitely is what it was.
I get it.
I,
That's
like,
happened to me
I wonder
before.
how it happened. So I think, could be.
Yeah.
But
I
anywho,
get that.
you'll finish it when you finish it. No rush.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I feel like I'm watching so many other things now that I'm
Yeah,
just like
spring anime is cooking.
it is to an extent. I mean, I enjoyed winter a lot more, to be frank, and I
Really?
fear for my eyeballs come summer.
I
Yeah,
am
summer's gonna
enjoying
be
spring more than winter.
same.
Really?
I mean,
Same,
besides
same.
the Red Ranger Isekai, that was the only. I
That
mean,
was
I had that
gas.
and Dr. Stone. And I
Uh
guess for you, technically, Apothecary Diary started in winter.
yeah, Apothecary Diaries, Solo Leveling. What else happened in
I
the
think
winter
Orb
time?
technically came out in winter.
Well, no, Orb started in the fall actually. It
It
carried
did?
into the winter though. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what else was I watching. Holy crap. I need to stop watching stuff. I'm going to be real with you. There's so much out there. I already have 11 anime on my list to watch this summer. That's
Yeah.
how bad it is.
I mean, you be busting out multi reviews at one time. So
I'm trying. It's been slow this year, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
we're working on it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, Mel, you want to take us home with this final 2 pages?
Yeah. All right then. Just give me a minute first, Killingham. He's almost down. And we see Somers now fighting Saul. This is the guy who should have died at O'Hara. I found that comment real just nasty. Come on, that was so unnecessary.
Also, how does he remember that?
I mean, that's a great question. I mean, he looks old. Come on, this guy's a little dusty looking.
Yeah, he knows a lot. I think he knows a lot of information, and also like
Saul's a background character back then, though.
Nah, I think Saul that was a big incident. I would expect
that
the
was a
God's Knights
huge
to know
incident.
the ins and outs of like
What happened?
Aokiji coming back and reporting what happened. Yes, I killed Jaguar D Saul in action because he was a traitor. So
Okay,
if I'm a God's Knight, I'd be like, oh, okay, we got rid of that island, but you were supposed to be dead there when we got rid of that island.
All right, fair.
All right. The former vice admiral Robin Chopper, don't come out. Stay hidden around the back of my head. Saul. And Robin looks like she's about to lose her best friend, father figure-ish again. You gotta help rescue the children for me. You gotta. Gee ha 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 ha. Come on, fall forward. And down he goes. Gee ha 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 ha.
Yo, so was this. Big fan.
He's just nasty. Yeah, Robin looks like she's heading for another mental breakdown. Schools, libraries, what kind of peace-loving nonsense is this? You people are warriors. You're going to use the vicious, violent power that once terrified the world in service to us as mercenaries. Isn't that right, King Harold? And then stupid Harold had to go and screw it all up.
Doom.
Yeah.
So now
La Mega.
the Harold being a traitor stocks are a little low, because what if Harold did get into communication with the world government and found out that whatever side the Giants were on were going to play a crucial part in the war, and maybe he just saw the overwhelming power of the God's Knights and Emu and was like, oh no, we're cooked. So if the Giants have such a role to play, then I'm going to weaken the Giants and make them a peace-loving nation. Maybe it wasn't Elbaf. Maybe it was to, in a way, protect his people, because he didn't think there was any hope in the future, and that the world government was just going to be that oppressive dictatorship.
Right.
I'm just saying that King Harold might not be a bad guy.
Do you think then he let Loki kill him on purpose then?
That I don't even think Loki. Well, did Loki kill him, or was it somebody else?
I mean, that's a good question. Maybe Loki
we're being
didn't
told
kill
Loki
him.
killed him, but like at this point, if you believe any of the Loki stories, then you must like the media literacy must be.
Most of them seem like lies.
Yeah, like he's telling us clearly, like Hodger did. You all hung up on all this information. Do you use your common sense for one fucking second? Take a second. Do you really think everything the way you know how it went down went down that way based on what you know.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that maybe there's another traitor within Elbaf that killed King Harold and
Ja
finding
Rule.
out? and uh and like Loki just happened to find out and be present for it and like
well,
played the scapegoat?
I guess I'm trying to figure out what version, because like Danny's saying Ja Rule, right? But what do you mean by like you think he's a traitor? I guess because I know we talked about it in past streams before. So I guess
Mhm.
like kind of elaborate in what version per se he's a traitor. Like, are you saying that like even Loki don't fuck with him, or do you think that Loki and him maybe are in cahoots to keep a certain type of story told to Elbaf? Like, what exactly do you think? What type of traitor you think Ja Rule
Yeah,
is,
I
Danny?
I kind of think it's more the second one that they're trying to tell a story and he kind of like let himself be like taking the blame for it
Yeah,
to maybe keep the mental like peace.
Of Elbaf.
Yeah.
I don't know who else could be the traitor. I just think that it's really sus that Ja Rule has King Harold's sword in his helmet.
yeah, but that's why I'm asking you, like, what type of like traitor do you think he is? Then, like, if you think he is, because you're just saying traitor, but like, what necessarily makes it one makes it a traitor, but the other one makes it like he's just in cahoots. You know what I mean? So, do you think he's in cahoots, or do you think he really is against Elbaf as a nation?
I
I
would
mean,
say
that's
cahoots.
yeah, that's a little bit layered. I think like so if we're going with the idea that everything that Loki has been said about Loki is a lie, and Loki did not kill King Harold, and this very last panel is an indication that he was on the world government side and said, "Wait, hold up. I don't think I'm down for this.
Yeah,
I'm pulling out." But who could have possibly killed him? You know what I mean? In that
yeah,
time. Personally, I think that there was somebody else present in the room with Loki that killed him. And I
Yeah.
don't think Loki would take the blame unless it's someone from their country.
mm. Or it could
I
just be
agree.
somebody. It could be something more that they don't want. We don't know how nasty the involvement is with the world government in this, especially because we know that Mother Carmel was also stationed on Elbaf for years, siphoning kids
Hmm.
to
Mhm.
the government. So they already had this plan rolling out since Big Mom was a wee lad.
Yeah.
So it's like, what exactly? Well, Big Mom low key kind of got in the way of that for the world government by eating Mother Carmel. So
Mhm.
that was a wrench that they wasn't expecting probably, and then
Right.
whatever else happened after that kind of, I guess, ruined all the plans.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I think it's because they keep saying Harold was such a good king,
Yeah.
makes me believe he was not good, because
Yeah. Yeah.
when we were in Alabasta, we were told Cobra ain't shit. When we were in Dressrosa, we were told Riku ain't shit. When we were in Wano, we were told Odin ain't shit. Like we were told all these things, and then immediately she's like, no, it's not exactly what you think it is. So the one time we're being told this guy is great,
Hmm.
it's got to be sus.
It could just be like a gray area, I think. I think that there's
Yeah.
just like a lot that we don't know. And maybe King Harold just like did the best he could for his country.
I don't know why overglaze then. Like, why narratively continuously overglaze and put him in a positive light to do nothing with it in the narrative, I guess.
I mean, I think they
Mm,
are going to do something with it, but I don't think him being a bad king has to be like up until his final moments. You know what I mean? He could have been a bad king through and through, and then in his final moments, there was a switch up which got him to get got.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is, I think that's a cool way, like, kind of go, like, he was bad up until that final moment. I think would be a cool way for it to go.
Yeah,
I just was like, I feel like his legacy it has to be something funkier there from what he's been up to up until like
I
that moment
agree.
of death than it just being cut and dry. He was just a dope dude.
Yeah, I think I agree with the consensus. I think, like, for the most part, I would have thought that, like, Loki killed him mostly for the defense of the country, and not really for a bad reason.
Yeah.
But,
mhm.
like, with this last panel, them saying he screwed it up, I can't imagine he screwed it up by getting killed unless they
Yeah.
literally mean that.
Also, what Loki said to Harujin, like, "You really think I killed our dad?" Kind of
Yeah.
makes it seem like Yo, I loved our dad. Our dad was that guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we get that flashback soon.
Yo, like at this point, it's like let's get to
to
it.
get on his feet for that. I feel like we need to get Loki on his feet for that.
I think we'll get it right before he gets on his feet, so we can see his motivations as he gets on his feet and he joins the fray.
We see it while he's getting his ass kicked.
Stop.
What?
Yeah, maybe.
He might. No, he might get. I mean, he's hurt right now. So if he's getting his,
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Speaking of hurt, Saul is hurt right now. Killing him made
Yeah.
light
why is
work of
Oda
this
playing
man.
with us? Why is Oda playing with us?
What do you mean, like bringing Saul down? I mean, he's not dead. There's no way he died.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you playing with us? Like, just don't let it be a different giant. Like, what are we doing here?
Can I just say, this past month of reading like all the manga that I've been reading, I feel like all of the authors are playing with me. Between Kagurabachi, Sakamoto Days,
so we're
and
like 4
One
chapters
Piece.
behind Kagurabachi.
Ooh, every single one of them is just like hurting my feelings. Yeah, they're all hurting my feelings. Every single one of them. This whole entire month has just been like chaos.
It's hurting me not reading them week to week, honestly.
Bro, it's fine.
I listen. I know it's fine. I'm just gonna be honest. You know how hard it is to not get spoiled on Kagurabachi? I hear they're cooking lately.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's easy to not get spoiled. I don't see nobody talks about Kagurabachi. I don't see nobody talk about Kagurabachi on the internet.
I follow a lot of manga reviewers, right? And they are talking about it. They are talking about it. So you're welcome. Not being getting spoiled.
But yeah, I just feel like all of the Shonen Jump creators came together and they were like, let's just play with the fans this month.
Because it's like, bro, all right. You already got people mad that Saul is alive in the first place, right? People already not happy that he's here. Even Somers ain't happy that he's here. He said, you supposed to be dead.
That's just vile, though. That's just vile.
Somers is the audience. Somers is like, ain't you supposed to be dead, bro? So we doing all of this. Then you're going to put Robin in his beard to watch him, DK, take this like OD. Like, is Saul gonna die? Is this Saul's moment? You just brought him back to life. You're not about to kill him. And if you do kill him, I'm be even more mad. Because then why'd you even do this?
I just need the Robin trauma to end. I need my trauma to end. And I need Rama's trauma to end.
I want my girl to heal.
I'm a little disappointed that Robin and Chopper didn't join the fray. I'm not gonna lie. Especially for Robin, like, I already lost Saul once. I'm not gonna let it happen again.
Right.
Like, I feel like if there was any like a moment to step up, it would be now.
Bro, we're not dealing with Bakas right here. Robin and Chopper. Robin is a survivor. One.
No,
Robin is
not. She fought Black Maria
because she knew she could whoop Black Maria.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a fucking scanner from Dragon Ball Z. She doesn't know what Somers' power level is.
Oh my god.
People need scanners now to tell when Robin knows when she's out of her league, boy.
Okay.
Robin has survived how many years of dodging people? When she sees Soul Aokiji said, nope.
Yeah, I feel like it's not in Robin's nature to just jump in. You know what I mean? Because even when she came to fight Black Maria, like, Sanji called for her. You know what I mean? And it's a similar instance in most times we've seen Robin take action, unless it was just purely 1v1, like in that moment. And here he's saying, like, stay hidden. I need you to save the kids instead. Like, saying, please prioritize.
Yeah, and Chopper's not a... Come on, listen. Maybe somebody's... I'm sorry, Chopper fans. I'm sorry, but Chopper is like last minute, bro. And then God forbid, Oda's gonna make him do a judo flip like he's fighting Queen out of nowhere.
Yeah, Chopper's been playing more and more of the doctor role.
Yeah,
I want to say since like time skip, he's been playing more and more of the doctor role versus like what he used to play in pre-time skip.
Plus, Shade makes a great point. Like, Robin's not stupid, so like Thorn powers is the last thing. Robin
with her with all her limbs. Yeah, that is the
last thing to be using. Get cooked.
Yeah. Just hate to see Saul going down like that.
That's why I was just like, oh,
it is what it is.
It's unnecessary. I'm just tired. Like you said, Mel. I'm tired of seeing Robin continuously go through pain. I thought that we got her bangs to move past this, but we just dragged.
It's like they reenacting the trauma all over again. They're reenacting the trauma.
It's wild, but Somers is over here saying, "Make Elbaf great again." He cannot believe these guys are just trying to be scholarly. Get the hands. La Mega. Tune in to 98.7. I don't know which radio
I'm
station
dead.
it is.
I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah, basically. I mean, I feel like they've been talking about that to an extent in chapters here and there when the Straw Hats showed up and they're like, what's with this? Thought this was supposed to be the land of warriors and we got people out here in school. You know?
Yeah, like Summer says, they were supposed to be in service to them as mercenaries,
Mm.
which, just seems like they had some kind of plan. And King Harold was like, nah, fuck that. Not my people.
At this point, like when it comes to like where everybody is, I think it's got to be Zoro pulling up on Gunko. Sanji pulls up
On Killingham?
on not on Killingham, on Somers, and maybe Luffy fights Killingham. Killingham has the most
Potential.
otherworldly ability that matches with like imagination power or dream power going against like somebody with that can do whatever they can imagine.
Yeah.
Kind of has a thematic. We haven't gotten too much about Killingham, you know what I mean? Somers is yapping about the same way about love and hurting people you care about, and also it's gonna take one scream from Robin, and Sanji's there.
Okay, yeah.
Where is Sanji?
He's with Loki and
Luffy
Zoro
and
now.
Loki.
Okay, okay. Because he's actually been moving around, I feel like, the most.
He did that on purpose. Oda took Sanji away from this group and put him with Zoro.
Like the way he moved, I was like, how did he move this much in one chapter?
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Yeah, I was like, why y'all put the monster tree over here? Just so now we gotta watch everybody get whooped now.
But Corey, you cooked there. I think Luffy versus Killingham is actually a great matchup.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Bro's just gonna be manifesting random stuff. He gonna try to manifest one of Luffy's dreams by accident, and then it's gonna be like a big ass piece of meat.
Pause.
I mean, it seems like
a meat monster.
It seems like he only manifests nightmares for this purpose. So, like, what would Luffy's nightmare be? It'd be no food.
Maybe that's when we'll learn a little bit more about him. Character development.
Meat. You know, I don't think we get any more character development for Luffy.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't think so.
I don't need any more. I don't need any more.
Luffy character development is not real.
He's wicked. Like Oda said, you know what? Final Saga, I got y'all.
Luffy and Zoro character development is not real.
That's that's the Luffy's ceiling was back in the time skip, and Zoro's ceiling was when down these stairs happened. Sorry, nothing happened. I'll give him that.
Down these stairs.
I'll give him that.
Yeah. What do you guys give this chapter though on a scale of 1 to 10?
A Nell reference, 9 out of 10.
Went from a 10 to a 9. All right.
Nah, I had to be humble.
Maybe like an 8 because I feel like it's leading up to something good, and I feel like with Brooks' revelations and what they're trying to sprinkle into this and the way that it ended, an 8.
All right, I'll probably give it a 7.
Okay,
I'll probably give it a 7. It's a good in between chapter. You know, things are moving forward, but
in between what? You put in work.
I mean,
Gunko was putting in work out here.
Yeah, Gunko, sure, but like, I mean, she just yeeted them all off the ship. It's not like she like soloed them one by one. You know, Saul went down. Like, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm looking forward to the next chapter.
Oh, Shade with the $5 super chat. That 50th episode was great. Looking forward to reach 1,000 with the Moon Piece. LOL. Thank you.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. Thank you for that.
We appreciate that a lot. We have released our 50th episode. Don't know how we got here. Don't know how we got to 50.
That's a lot.
Telling me. I mean, granted, we release every 2 weeks.
Every week. It's for like especially lives. It's a lot.
Well, no, that's not even our lives. That's the
really. I mean, but in conjunction with the lives, like
you said with lives, because we do, we do both,
because that's a lot.
Yeah, we be in the trenches, but we do it for the love of the game. We love doing this, and we also love having you on as always. You're always a great time to talk to. You're always down to yap with us.
Yeah, I gotta stop like taking the train away because I feel like every time we sit and we talk, we go, ooh, and it's like, oh wait, we're here for One Piece.
That's the fun of it, man. Who really came here just to like. They go watch somebody else, I think, if they were looking for somebody to just be locked in and give you a full One Piece review. This is book club. This is
Yeah.
this is book club. This is
they
It's
wanna go
talking
see
anime
to
a-
manga
friends.
club.
Yeah,
If they want to go see Ohara, they can watch Ohara or Grandma review.
yeah, man. We're not about to give you the Easter eggs and the breakdowns. We're about to give you the. Are you using this translation or nah?
Is
And
Vivi a member of the crew
trying
or
not
not?
to get triggered by Vivi. Yeah.
And trying not to get triggered by Vivi.
But yeah, no, we love yapping. We're gonna yap about Blue Lock soon. All right, these chapters they're cooking.
They are. I'm like waiting for chapter 300. I think there were leaks already,
Are you guys
but
gonna do
Yeah.
a stream together?
I'm telling. I do streams every Tuesday,
I mean,
so
that's
tomorrow
a hard fit for me, but I'll
we'll
try to
figure
tune
it out.
in. Yeah,
Nah.
I like catch the after, not the in, because the window is kind of like
Danny, just
Yeah.
just move your stream to later in the day on Tuesday. Oh yeah,
Well,
you at
well,
work.
let's shoot
You
for
figure
another
it out.
time. We'll shoot for another time tomorrow. I got a chapter 300. I'm expecting big
Yeah.
things for Blue Lock.
I got to make the
it has to
thumbnail.
be. I mean, chapter 300 first
I got
of all, and after chapter 299, there has to be something.
Go
here.
home, Seshiro
There has to be
Nagi.
something here. Yeah, man, there has to be something here. Like, how is the story going to start at this point? Like, what's the trajectory after like all of the arguing last chapter? I mean, Ego's points were valid, absolutely valid.
Yeah, he cooked that. But he was
Yes.
so mean though.
Oh,
He's so mean.
he was pissed.
Yo,
He was
he hates
pissed.
Nagi. Hates him.
Hates him. But you know what? I totally get it, because small tangent. Real prodigies, like prodigies that we see, especially young, like I felt like that was the perfect depiction of a sports prodigy. We talk about them a lot. And then all of a sudden they just disappear off the face of the
They
earth.
peaked a long time ago.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Freddie Adu, like US soccer. He was 16
Mhm.
years old. Yeah. So he was like the talk of the town, like in the early 2000s. They thought he was going to be like a top tier world class player.
Mm.
After he hit 18, the dude just disappeared. And like I had to look up his career later on, and I'm like, bro was like playing in like Russia or something like that. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what happened to you?
Okay. Because in basketball terms, see, I'm not reading Blue Lock, obviously, but I have to make Danny's thumbnail so he don't spoil it himself. Trying to make a thumbnail. He wants to do it, but I'm like, I don't think you should, bro. You care too much. I don't think you want to spoil this for yourself.
I do.
Let me make the thumbnail for you and call it a day. Kind of sounds like Kwame Brown from the NBA. I don't know if you guys know any NBA stuff, but that's one of the one of the bigger busts, like in the draft. Like they amounted to nothing. So I kind of see what you're talking about with the Freddie dude.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's the perfect depiction. And I think that's the reason why I like Blue Lock, because even though Blue Lock is very like mentality driven, and it really like talks at core about like what type of fortitude you need to like play in sports, especially like be successful, they also in their own ways like try to connect back really to the sports world, just with the way that they reference teams. They reference real life teams without using the team names. Just the structure and how they're building it. They do it really well so that you as a sports fan, especially if you're a soccer/football fan, really like see the connections.
You know what I always say, luck is a skill, right, Danny?
Yo, Corey thought he cooked the other day on the podcast where he's talking about that. He did like the whole like monologue that Ego did, and he didn't even realize it.
I didn't realize. I didn't know. I got incepted. I did not know.
Ego-san 2.0.
I did not know that I was just talking, and he was just like there grinning, like smiling a little bit. And then I turned around. I was like, am I referencing like a JJK thing or something that I don't know about? He said, nope, it's Blue Lock. He's like, I'm just happy. I'm just happy you're paying attention.
Yo, that's funny.
This motion says a Melon Danny Blue Lock stream would be so good. Guys, we'll see. We'll make it happen. What did you do last weekend, Mel? That Joe said you was going crazy. You gotta tone it down a bit. What'd you do?
Uh-oh. It's football.
What's going on? Did it freeze? Did she leave the chat? Did she leave the chat?
Nothing like that. I mean, I feel like I just have out of pocket moments. That's all. You know, I come for business, but when I don't have to do anything, I'll be out of pocket sometimes. You know, sometimes I'm out of pocket in my own episodes and what I film, depending on the day. And I think this is just one of those days that I was out of pocket.
Listen, man. We'll
So
we'll
is
we'll, we'll always take out of pocket Mel over here rather than in pocket Mel.
I mean, we kept it in pocket today only because like this is a really good chapter. The most out of pocket I think we got was just like rambling on. I'm also trying to like reel in like all my cursing too. So
same.
She got that was the early days. It was like, yo, Mel be cursing, huh? Mel be
yeah, I'm trying to do better. I'm really trying to do better.
Are you Caribbean or no?
Hey, no.
Just black?
My parents are from an island, but not in the Caribbean. They're an island off the coast of Africa.
Oh. My
Yeah.
geography's ass, so I probably couldn't figure it out if I wanted to.
It's okay. It's not on American maps because it's like this tiny. I used to spend like elementary school and middle school looking at maps, being like, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" It's
Yo, they gave you the Lelusha treatment. They gave you the O'Hara.
they gave me the what's it called? More or less like Gulf of America treatment.
Oh no, my Shayla,
Gulf of
not
America.
the Gulf of America. But thank you, Mel, being a part of another one of our streams. We always love having you on. We hope we can have you on for something else. Hopefully, we can have you on for an in-person episode one day. We probably gotta navigate the hell out of that
Yeah, we gotta
get you to meet Kimmy,
finagle
because
that.
you haven't gotten to meet Kimmy yet. You just get to talk
Yes,
to
I haven't because
yeah,
we were
that's
always
so
doing One Piece
true.
stuff, and
and
Kimmy
she
doesn't
won't.
read One Piece.
She does
No.
Kagurabachi if you ever want to do Kagurabachi with us.
I
Reluctantly.
mean, I'm reading
Yeah, she
Kagurabachi on a
she
weekly
don't want
basis.
she don't really want to be there. We really forcing her to be there.
For Kagurabachi?
Yeah. She don't really read. She don't really read. She'll tell you she reads though, but she does audiobooks.
Okay. I mean, that's still reading.
That's
to an
reading, bro.
extent.
You gonna get yelled at. Don't let the readers come for you
Gonna
again,
get-
bro. They don't
Okay.
play about that audiobook thing.
All right.
Oh my god.
But see,
yeah,
what's another-
Kagurabachi would be good.
yeah, hopefully
I think I can vibe with that.
Well, I think we're doing it next week now.
Next Monday.
So we'll figure it out. We'll be in touch. We're always
in
touch.
Exactly. But thanks for having me on. It's always fun. I mean, like I said, it's always an honor to be on. I have fun on these, even though we ramble a lot.
Don't
Um
an honor. Oh, girl, we're blessed to be in your presence.
Stop. But I feel like the chat always enjoys it too. It's fun. Like it's a good vibe here.
Thanks.
Thank you. We try to be fun and not crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we only had a little bit of a crazy moment today, and that wasn't even that crazy.
I mean,
there's been worse.
There was validity in what was being said. I just had to sit here on the side and sip my water and watch at some point.
She said
the
girls are fighting.
Oh my god.
But thank you for everybody who came through for the stream. There's a lot of rambling. I don't even know how we was already at 1 hour and 47 minutes. But if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to Annie Mel. Make sure you follow her on all socials, ANIMEL, for anybody who doesn't know how to spell. Leave us with a like. Leave us with a comment if you're watching this after the fact. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to check out channel memberships, $1.99. If you want to support us in any way, feel free to check that out. So on that note, y'all, enjoy your life.
See ya.
Okay.